part. I apologize. Okay, so we are going to do a full show on that. It's called the MWG show, or the WGM show, or the GWM show, something like that. But it's going to be, we're going to talk about the programming. We're going to go into detail, and it will be myself, JR, and Taylor Self. And that is actually going to be fascinating. We're going to break down all the movements, all the workouts. We're going to show if it's balanced, if it's not. And maybe Taylor will come to a realization like, man, this is the worst program games ever, or he'll tell us it's the future. JR will give him a medal for it. Alyssa Carr Ridow, $1.99. This is the guy, Mike Udabor. He's an 11-year CrossFit affiliate owner. I guess Hiller accused him of juicing. He confronted Hiller. It was kind of a cool part of the show that happened earlier.
I like Tiffany Steele's confrontation way better.
Along with Boz, you got that guy was huge. I thought Tiffany Steele looked good. Along with Boz, you guys made this game one of the best. Your coverage of the athletes is the best out. Best out, and you bring it behind the scenes. We have all missed. Thanks, guys. Eric Weiss. Thanks, Eric. We are not perfect, but we're just pushing through. Except for JR's in and out, so we wouldn't be perfect. A super sticker, Gladys Del Puerto. Gladys Del Puerto. Brandon Reed, he's juicing. He got offended by you saying he was. Only people juicing get offended by this. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be complimented.
I wanted to. Oh, wow.
Stand by. Oh,
wow.
What a dick tease.
That's fucked.
What a tease. Oh, CEO shirt. Go, whoa. My goodness.
I wanted to bring this up and be like, man, people only get offended when it strikes close to home. Because I know when I get offended, I'm like, fuck, that hurt. It's kind of true. But who am I to say?
It is weird that he didn't lean into it more. Like I would clip, if someone accused me of juicing, I'd clip it and put it on Instagram. But here's maybe why, because he's a competitor and he doesn't want that reputation as a competitor. Maybe I could not. Oh shit! I am hot. Probably not natty.
What?
That's the thing with all the old dudes. Any old dude that you see as definition, besides JR, he's not quite old yet. Yeah, he's PMI Premium Services, did Hiller get punked? No, I don't think so. I think Hiller's was very mature. I don't know what that means.
I can't believe Noble made a turn.
Did I get punked? About what? What about?
I didn't know Hiller was listening. Fernando, God, I started following Fernando on Instagram, by the way.
Bad move.
It just fucking makes me want shit that I don't want to want. I think cruises are the dumbest fucking thing ever. And he just, in his post today, he shows like a VIP scene on a cruise ship where he's staying for like 2 weeks. I would definitely go on a cruise if I had a room like that.
Free gold and hookers?
Yeah, I didn't see any hookers in gold, but there was a balcony, and it was awesome. Did Hiller get punked? Hiller, did you get punked? Well, first, before you weigh in, Hiller, I want to see JR's opinion. JR, do you think Hiller got punked?
What? No, not at all.
He did say he did make Hiller say sorry. Say sorry, and
say you're sorry.
Can you tell me what I got punked about?
Dude, what?
Oh, I said I'm sorry.
Hey, Fronin's dad punked you when he gave you a wet willy.
No, Hiller, he was just asking if he got punked, or was the guy full of shit, or did he actually not take it?
Well, if he gives me a handful of evidence where he can prove his case, then sure, I'll make a video showing that I think it's natural, but it's going to take quite a bit of evidence. I mean, like I said, I can say that you're not natural, and I'm not trying to be big. If anything, you should take it as a compliment, right?
Yeah,
exactly. And I think I heard you guys saying that right there. I don't know many people who would get insulted by that, unless there's some reason to be insulted. So, I mean, I don't reach out to me, maybe you will, but you might not, we'll see.
Hey, do you think JR's natural, Hiller? Be honest.
Who?
JR, look at how big his fucking forehead is, dude.
Yeah. Well, alright, I'm not trying to be a dick with everything I just said, but yeah, I do think that JR is natural.
He thinks you're a pussy.
Dude,
He fucked you up, JR.
I look nothing like that, dude. That dude's
JR's ripped. JR's ripped, but to be fair, we were supposed to do a fruit diet. He did it, and I did.
Hey, Hiller, we jumped all over JR right there. I threw up the alley-oop and you slammed it home. I appreciate it. Good job.
Why on the Spot podcast? Yeah, guys, this is Alex Smith. How you doing, man?
Oh shit, Alex Smith.
I always listen to my kid, dude. So, and you know what? Alexis always says so too. He's like one of the best. I'm like, how you better not. Like, you don't stop saying other dudes look better than me. How you doing this weekend? I know. I see you're very happy. Yeah.
Asking if that's a no rep shirt.
Consideration of the demo team. Yeah. Well, no surprise because they're all like weird and gymnastics and whatnot. That's kind of your thing. Yeah. You know what? I always have people in mind, and now that I go hell for the blue and left this weekend, and the event particular, I mean, maybe the double under one or any of those other ones. You test them all. So you got time, so you can stack them up against the athletes. Now that the weekend's over, the demo people speak a bit about that. Like, how would you have done? Can you tell us how they were tweaked? Whichever ones stick out at you. Like, big differences. Like, we know about the rope out there, but was like the pegboard event tweaked at all, or? Did you do the sandbag one? Yes. Was that tweaked? Yeah. Guys, do you know of any of the events that would be cool to ask Alex about right now? You guys on the back end?
I want to know who's fitter, him or Ben.
Who's fitter, you or Ben? If you guys were to compete in this game, this is the best shape ever, and you tested the workout, so what do you think? It would have been close. That would have been sick. Well, that's because you guys are true CrossFitters, right? And everybody who says anything else is full of shit. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for chatting.
That's cool. Good job, Hillary. Good score. I gotta get that dude on the podcast.
Thanks, guys.
I haven't talked to him in fucking 10 years, I think. He's like a little kid when I talk to him. Jeremy Garcia, we saw you at the games. Looking good, buddy. Tan and ripped. Nick always sprints to the finish line. Matthew stole my heart. GW15161516 backfield to 2 of them. And he stole my heart too, man. What a stud, right? Little guy too, right?
Yeah, he's shorter, but I mean, he's super powerful, dude. I mean, seeing him with the sandbag to me was almost as impressive as Dolph from us with hers.
Yeah, I agree. Super powerful. Okay, Imanjit Dhaliwal. Imanjit Dhaliwal. 279. Thank you, Imanjit Dhaliwal. Thank you very much. Buy some fucking chicken masala with that. Oh my goodness.
Racist.
Yes, definitely. Last time, love you guys. Go, Jason. Absolutely enjoyed your coverage. It was definitely the best time. Oh, we already beat you up for that top 5. I sent your money back already. Oh, California Hormones. Can never get enough California Hormones. CAHormones.com. Go to the website. Get your complimentary doctor's visit. They'll check you out. Tell you if you're fucking good to go like me. If you need to get juiced up a little bit, get some TRT. She keeps telling me like, hey, why don't you get tested? I'm like, nah, I'm scared. They're gonna tell me I'm like 6. But I have to tell you that every single person I've talked to, and now it's getting to be a lot, has told me they fucking love it. So and one guy said it's completely changed his life. I don't know if I should say this, but someone told me that they'd been suicidal for the last 3 years. And as soon as they started this, those fucking thoughts went away. That's pretty crazy. So free blood work if you live in California, free doctor's consultation. And if you live outside of California, have your insurance pay for your blood work, and then go to CAHormones.com, use the one password, get your doctor's consultation. I wonder who this is. This guy has a lot of money. This girl. Is that a girl's name? Louise Lemos?
Louise Lemos, follow the show.
Yeah. Thank you. Very nice. You didn't even say anything. You didn't even have a question for JR. JR, take his shirt off for that much. Fantastic coverage. Thank you for all the insights and interviews.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Dan Torkhagen. Torkhagen, no, Torkenhagen. Oh my goodness, Dan knows how to fight. Dan, you got fucking, I'd have had a blast with you in elementary school. For the WMG podcast, our first sponsor, Matt Reynolds. Peyton Jameson, thank you very much, Peyton. Mike Sauce is on the sauce. Does anyone miss David's programming? Okay, that's a good question. JR, did you miss David's programming in this year?
I think it's hard not to wait on workouts to come out and anticipate what movements might come, because all we've ever had is 15 years of Dave's programming. So in 5 years, will we be saying, I wonder if the P-bars will come back out this year? Or I wonder if Boz will bring back the blah, blah, blah. Like, I think it's hard not to have a little bit of nostalgia toward what Dave's given us, because he was the artist behind the canvas for so long. But I think in the moment, I wasn't yearning for Dave's workouts. I was just yearning for the next workout to come out.
Fair. I think it's a fabulous assessment. Taylor, Miss Dave?
Looking back at the weekend, there were some workouts in years past that Dave came up with that I really enjoyed. That maybe I would have liked to see a little more of this year. I think, to my memory, 3 events stick out. Amanda 45, heavy 17.5, and 2-2-2-3 intervals. All workouts from 2017. For whatever reason, those are 3 of my most favorite workouts. And there just wasn't much like that. I guess you could say Elizabeth elevated, but maybe the layout wasn't as appealing as 10 rigs with 10 different sets of rings, or however many is in Amanda 45, 7 sets, 7 rigs, 7 bars, 10 barbells for Amanda 45. Watching the athletes march down the floor with the overhead squat and squat, throw it down, walk back to the ropes. Some things like that, which, again, this is Boz's first year. It was an incredible first year. So you can only expect him to get much, much better.
Oh, where was the obstacle course? Why did I think there was going to be an obstacle course?
They had one. Someone sent us a schedule that had obstacle course title on one of the blocks.
Yeah, I think Will actually pointed out that when you opened up that picture, that was actually just a picture of a calendar from the year they had the O course. So because the dates were off, it was like the end of July, and we didn't notice that until we pulled it all up.
We have a winner for the. Sorry, JR. We have a winner for the Echo Bike. So what you're saying is we saw something wrong. It was old.
Yeah, it was just an old picture.
Okay. We have a winner for the. We had a winner for the TDS, but we have a winner for the Echo Bike. That Paper Street Coffee was kind enough. PAPERST coffee.com. Paperscoffee.com. Use code SEVON, get 10% off. And Gabe bought an Echo Bike to give away to someone who was at the event today who wore, or any day, we accept the cheaters, any day with a Sevon Podcast shirt, took a picture of themselves and posted it. I think Caleb's going to pull up their post now, or at least their Instagram. We don't know her first name. Her last name is Santiago. She's Santiago 1975. That would mean she's 47 years old. Here she is. That's her post. There she is. Girl's not 47. We're live and the lake water is good. Thanks, Matthew, Susan, and Hillerfit for having a board meeting. Most importantly, thanks to Real 7 Podcast for sticking to it. No quitting at 500. You have a great team with amazing sponsors. Paper Street Coffee is fabulous, and California Hormones. So happy to be part of this. You won the Echo Bike. And maybe best looking woman listens to the 7 Podcast. But there's only 6 of us, so don't get all excited. So we have a winner there. Thank you. Gabe, thank you so much. Thanks for the booth. Thanks for everything. Hey, did you ever get any coffee, JR, from Paper Street?
No, I didn't. But Gabe's gonna be here. I think to set up a vendor spot for Crash Crucible at the end of September. He's coming. to the event, which is awesome.
So you had to pay for your headset twice, a computer. You received no shirts and no coffee.
All facts.
This is a fucking horrible gig. I'm gonna put that here on my list of things to do. Take care of JR. Do something nice for JR. I'm gonna get you one of those
Oh wow.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
So long, partner.
Oh damn. Wow. So long, partner. Oh my goodness. So I'm assuming, Caleb, did you pull that up, or did Will? Is he proposing to his chick? Is that what's going on here?
He's just proposing his girlfriend, yeah.
Wow. And the first words from the Sevon podcast are from the wise man himself, J.R. Howell. So long, partner. Oh my goodness. Okay. Congratulations, I think. Does anyone miss Dave's program? Okay, we talked about.
I have one more comment about that and a question for Anthony, our brother. I'm wondering if Dave or Boz go back after the year's games and watch the coverage or the documentary in hopes of improving for next year. Because what the layout may look like in the Coliseum is so different than how it's covered to the millions of people who watch it on YouTube, which at the end of the day are potentially more important than the people watching inside the Coliseum. The Coliseum for sure is important. You have to please the fans that are there. But the millions of viewers that are watching at home, it seems like we've been getting the short end of the stick the last few years.
Contract runs out at the end of 2023, correct?
What contract? Madison's?
Madison.
I think it's 2023. So possibly only going to be at that venue for one more game.
Well, my question stands. Do you think they go back and review footage like that?
I think they have to.
Sevon? Probably knows.
If they go back and what's the specific question? If they go back and look at the games and be like, hey, did this present well? Is this what's best for the sport in terms of marketing, and what will make people think? If they do that,
Do they watch that coverage?
who?
Dave or Boz? Do they go back and
Oh,
watch the broadcast?
yeah. For sure Dave did. For sure Dave did. Dave never goes back and watches anything, and for sure Dave did. But I don't know how to say this, because I honestly don't know what's going on there at the boss, what they're actually going for, like what the bosses are telling. But Dave and Boz, they're going to choose places that they think that can do the test the best. And yes, they're going to want it to look good, but they're not going to want it to look good to sell shit, or they're going to want it to look good for the sake of what Glassman instilled in us. But even the workouts should look pretty on paper, just the way they're written. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The whole thing is,
They make you want to do it.
yeah, but not to, not.
I'd love to know too how many of those things that at this point we could probably say are controversial to testing fitness or testing a certain skill that's not really limited by fitness. I would love to know how many of those ideas were ideas that Dave and or Boz both had over the years that Boz chose to showcase this year. Like, did Dave always want to use the parallel bars? Did Dave always want to do the wall face against the push-up? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Who do
Or
you?
were those all just Boz?
Do you think the sandbag was Dave's idea, or their idea together that they played around with it up to this point, or do you think that's new?
I think that everything that we saw this year is Boz's idea. How much it was influenced by working with Dave, I have no idea. 80%, 90%, 100%, 4%. I honestly don't know. I can tell you that he's definitely influenced. You can't knock the influence by Dave. He has so many good non-traits, like things that he doesn't do that other people do, that I can tell that people who hang around him start picking up, like nonverbal type of communication, type of kind of presence thing. Boz is definitely a different person. The interviews I've been doing with him at night, he's definitely a different person than he was when I used to hang out. Like he's way more refined. He's gone to another level. You know what I mean? If he was painting with only Chalk, now he's fucking an oil paint artist. I mean, something has happened to him. He stepped up his game. So, but their real thing is they would never do something just for the sake of the TV. I know I'm a little ambiguous for your question, or I don't think they would choose. Someone at H2 might choose Paris because they want to be inclusive. Boz and Dave would never fucking do that. They would do it because they want to try a new medium. Dave just thought of, and I bet you Boz thinks of this too, the different venues is just different places to express fitness. They're just excited by what it does. It's like painting on a wall versus painting on a canvas in the living room. They're just excited for the opportunity to program that. I bet you that's what it mostly is. Yeah. But that being said, they're not going to make you something completely unwatchable. Well, I feel like they've done that before. They've done some unwatchable shit. That fucking rowing marathon's pretty unwatchable.
Yeah.
So
And saw a few of the events this year were hard to follow, honestly. So that's why I'm just wondering if you go back, watch that, and think of ways to improve that for the viewership. Because there's a way to...
Well, technology's got to catch up. The pool event, I think, for anyone who's a non-CrossFitter was a fucking disaster. I would love to talk to someone and see what they think. I mean, I loved it, but I knew what was going on.
Same with the shuttle to overhead, counting, scoring, that one was off.
Yeah, all fucked up. But great for those of us who knew. Fucking amazing. Dan Guerrero, is anyone here official media yet, or is there too many views? We're definitely not official media. I never want to be official media. Don't ever call me a journalist. I'm a graduate. I'm above the transcendent. Wad Zombie, $10. As always, amazing work, fellas. Looking forward to your next time. You guys get your Wad Zombie cards. Jason Hopper took 7 games this year. And by the way, eventually these cards will go away and there'll be new ones. You won't be able to get these. So there'll be a Jason Hopper 2, a Danielle Brandon 2, a Colton Mertens 2, and a Pat